Okay, so for week 14 of summer anime, we finally finished up the summer season. We had a bunch of cool episodes, bunch of cool chill vibes. This week, we had some great finishes, although there's like one or two animes that are still ongoing. Jahy-sama and Fena Pirate Princess are still on my list, so yeah, I'll keep a lookout on those. But besides that, yeah, we had some mind fucks this week and a bunch of cool, nice endings, bunch of chill vibes. So yeah, I'm excited to finish up this week. Also, there's gonna be a tier list at the end of this video, so it's gonna have the best OPs, the best shows, and the best waifus this season. So stay tuned. We can go over what happened this week. So starting off with the Idaten Deities Only No Peace, episode 11, the finale. So one of my favorite animes this season. It finally finished, but like the ending was, it left me wanting more, mainly because we had 11 episodes and then there's just like this huge cliffhanger. The world is still like a lot open now. There's more villains coming through. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of excited for more, but like I've done some research, like this webcomic has been discontinued and then the manga is just like really far behind, so it's like you're probably not going to get more for a while. But yeah, anyway, this episode Rin is back to normal. We saw she was like mind broken, but she sees there's demons running around. So yeah, she goes running around looking for people. She finds Hayato and Gel, who are also training, and yeah, they just talk. And Rin's like, "Oh shit, all this stuff happened while I was gone." So yeah, she seems back to normal, which is fine because she's like super strong, but she's also like very kind of dumb with modern technology. So like her only power is just her brute strength, which isn't really that helpful in this environment because it seems like brains are like much better than brawn. The main problem is to brainwash demons, Pisalot and Cory. Pisalot's like the that hot blonde demon who works with Isli. Well, the demon lord, he kind of like he can change bodies, so he can like swap into like a metal clone body, and then he sneaks into their facility. He brainwashes Piss-a-Lot back to normal. And then yeah, she it's kind of interesting because it looked like she was kind of had feelings for Isley because of like all the brainwashing. So yeah, she instantly cuts off his arms, kidnaps him. They bring in Paula as well. They also kidnap her. So yeah, those two Ida-10 are captured and experimented on, which is pretty rough. They don't really feel too much pain, but they're just like being cut open and dissected. Their intestines are coming out. Their face is just all messed up, all this blood. So yeah, that's a pretty brutal scene. All our friendly Ida-tan are just like getting picked off one by one. So like the remaining ones are still like the really strong people, but they're not that smart. So it seems like Gal and Prontea might be our new leaders as of now until we find a way to rescue Paula and Isley. Poor Paula, she did nothing this anime and now she's just like a punching bag. So yeah, we also end the anime with kind of a lesson with Gel, the priest Ida-ten. She's talking about how like humans and demons, they're all just trying to survive. They're all like, trying to make babies, reproduce, and just not die. So everyone's like working towards the same goal. It's just that like they might attack each other in the process, kill each other. So she was finding a way. Oh, is there a way that we can all coexist? So that's kind of like a strong theme that like might hint to something in the future where, maybe Gale finds a solution to everything. But yeah, we end it there. So yeah, Rin is just like looking everywhere for Yisli and Paolo. She's just like going super speed throughout the earth, but yeah, she can't find them yet. And then yeah, we see Cory. He kind of like has feelings for Paolo, even though his brainwashing is over. So yeah, he'll probably play a part. But yeah, we can see bits and pieces of stuff like coming through to a next arc, but we're obviously nowhere near it. So yeah, despite the kind of cliffhanger ending, this whole anime was great, amazing. Like the action, animation, music, they were all pretty decent. The story was really solid actually. There was like no complaints on the story just because it didn't really like throw any kind of like annoying generic things at you. It was just like, ah shit, there's like this evil side. They do sex crimes, they do war crimes. And then there's the Ida-ten who are basically gods that whenever there's like a huge problem, they'll interfere. We see all these themes of people fighting. I guess like the main theme is survival. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in this anime. Each episode was like pretty fun, mix of like lightheartedness, but also like serious action. So I guess hats off to the dude who wrote Interspecies Reviewers, because your writing is pretty fire. Okay, so for Sonny Boy episode 12, this is the finale. It was a decent finale, but I felt kind of empty watching it. I'm like, all right, this is kind of boring. Like, are we really gonna end it like that? But yeah, I mean, they were hinting at like this type of ending where, oh, they finally make it to the other side. Like they hop over to the real world. And then once you make it to the real world, it's like your life is kind of boring, back to normal. All these friends you made on this deserted island. Yeah, none of them kind of like remember you anymore. So yeah, the main character Nagara, he's just like going to school and everything. He sees all the girls like Nozomi. She's actually alive in the real world, but he got cucked because she's in a relationship with like the rival character. So my man, this is the timeline they chose because like he had the compass which like pointed them to the right direction. So I guess they portray the episode where our two characters, Nagara and Mizuho, the cat lady, they're back into the normal timeline. So I guess everyone else that's in the kind of like dimension hopping world, they're just doing their own thing. But yeah, the Nagara and Mizuho made it out. Besides that, the anime had some like really strong moments, like when Nozomi died. That felt kind of symbolic. There were a bunch of random characters that didn't really get involved really. There was like that dude Hoshi, who has like a star in his eye, and then he looked like he was like a main villain, but he didn't really do anything at all. The Indian dude Rajhani, he was pretty decent as well, just like, oh, he's doing his own research, and then now he finally found a way to like make a rocket ship and everything. So yeah, this anime was very trippy, just like supernatural powers, dimension hopping and everything, but nothing really linked together. And there were also a lot of time skips between everything. So yes, anime was like very promising. I thought it was okay, but then after finishing it up, it's like it feels kind of pointless. Like I didn't really get anything out of it. So yeah, I have no idea if this anime is good or bad. In the end, it's kind of like a supernatural high school multiverse type of story. So if you're looking for some sci-fi supernatural shit mixed with like high school slice of life, then maybe check it out. Okay, so for Higurashi and One Day Cry, Sotsu episode 15, the finale. All right, let's go. We had a good ending. I really loved this ending because I was so happy. So yeah, a lot of Higurashi episodes we had. This is basically like a season 2 continuation of Higurashi Go. So yeah, we had 24 episodes there plus 15 here. Just like going through the timeline, stopping Satoko from being like a huge baby. And then yeah, Rika finally gets the upper hand on her. She doesn't kill her though because they're still friends. So she's like punching her in the face very hard. She knows that Satoko really cares about Rika more than anyone. And then Rika knows this. But the fact is, like, oh, you gotta let me go sometimes. Like, you're kind of going too far. If you don't want to go study with me, I'll make you study. I'll force you. Like, no matter what, I'll try hard, and then I'll still be your friend. I won't ditch you. And as Satoko's like, no, I don't wanna. No matter how hard I try, it's always gonna lead to a bad end for me. So yeah, both girls are venting out their frustrations and feelings, and then they finally realize that, all right, both of them, they should kind of like separate for a while. So yeah, they finally make a peaceful resolution after punching each other, which is just like, all right, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna leave the village, and Satoko, she can do her thing and stay in the village. And then maybe once we get bored and lonely, we'll meet up and see each other again. So yeah, perfect compromise. Each girl does like what she wants. Obviously, Satoko is the loser over here because she can't hang out with Rika anymore. She just wants to like stay with Rika 24/7. But they realize that like, all right, they're both time loopers. They have like, they can see each other infinite times, infinite possibilities. So maybe just give each other some space. I don't know how their time powers work. Like, can they actually die or anything? We see everyone's there in this timeline happy together in the end. So we finally got a good end. We see Hanyu actually beat Awa as well. She used like her powers. She's like, oh, I got that miracle. And then she kind of like blasts her with this ball of energy, and she turns into like this little girl. So she basically like sucks out all her powers. Now, yeah, I guess we won. All the loose ends are tied up. We see in the end kind of like a montage of everyone. So Rika's going to St. Lucia, the all-girls school, while Satoko is staying behind. We see all the other dudes. There's like the detective Oishi, he's there. We see like Mion and Shion's parents, they're all chilling. Yeah, we see a bunch of characters, maybe some that like you probably won't know because this anime didn't really cover it, since it's kind of like a remake type of sequel. But yeah, besides that, really good, happy ending. I really love this anime though. Like, strongly recommend it. Obviously, this season, Sotsu, it had some issues, which was like, I wouldn't call it pacing, but this anime was 15 episodes when it really could have been like 12, 13. Mainly because a lot of these episodes were recaps, just like seen in like a different perspective. So you can really watch like some of the middle episodes in 2 times speed. Like the first arc with Rena and how she killed like the hostess girl, that was really good. Like really good showing of Rena. We saw like kind of creepy murdering Rena again. But yeah, after that, just like the stuff with Mion was kind of boring, and then the stuff with her uncle, that was also kind of boring. Although it was kind of vital story information, seeing how she's gaslighting everyone. So yeah, the one major flaw is that there's a lot of recaps. However, I was really happy in finishing up this season, finally getting to know what happens. If you want more murdering anime girls, here you go. Okay, so for Uramichi Oniisan episode 13, this is the finale. So yeah, I've been watching this anime. It's pretty much about like how shitty work is and all the stuff that comes with it, your boss, your coworkers, your life outside where it's just like kind of like pointless, emotionally draining. You have nothing to do. So yeah, this anime kind of has like one joke going for it. So our main character Uramichi, he's just fighting through it. In this final episode, we see that like one of his coworkers, Usao, the rabbit dude, he's like, "Oh shit, Uramichi's about to leave. He's about to quit." But yeah, it's obviously a misunderstanding, big gag, because he's about to quit his old gym and go to a new gym. So that's all they're talking about. Yeah, a lot of like kind of funny baits this episode. So after that, we kind of see like in this finale episode, they're like, everyone's looking around the studio. There's got to be like a big interesting thing happening in this final episode. So yeah, they all just look around for stuff to happen. It's funny to see them, they have to fake their cheerfulness and everything. We see them emotionally drain each episode, and at Uramichi, he's already dead inside. So yeah, this anime's pretty funny. I kind of went in with no expectations and thought it was like a pretty cool casual watch. So yeah, I do recommend it. Obviously, like the story isn't really anything special, so I guess the main sticking point is if you can relate to any of the things Uramichi is going through, then you'll definitely appreciate this anime. And then maybe see a therapist if you're feeling a bit depressed after watching this. Now let's get started with the tier list for the entire summer season. So let's start off with the best OPs this season. So for the OPs, I'll just keep like the songs that I thought were like good to decent, and I won't have every single song here. So yeah, S tier, easily, we got Miss Kobayashi-san's Dragon Maid S. I could sing along to this OP all day just because they told me to. Alright, and now the Idaten OP, Seija no Koshin. This is just a genuine banger, good song to listen to, and definitely on my playlist. Alright, and then Vanitas OP, this is also an S. It's called Sora to Utsuru. It has some good singing. Alright, and the Higurashi Sotsu OP, definitely an S tier. The song was called Analogy. Yeah, all the Higurashi OPs have been great. And then the Girlfriend OP. Fuzakete naize. This is definitely an S tier. Even though the anime was trash, the OP was addictive. Alright, and then the Moonlit Fantasy OP. I'll keep this as an S. It was called Gambling. I thought it was like pretty decent, but I think putting an S is a bit generous, but I thought it was pretty good. Okay, and now for the Peach Boy Riverside OP, Dark Spiral Journey. It's a pretty good action fantasy themed OP, and I'll put it as A tier. And then Uramichi Oniisan. Yeah, this song was like pretty fun. It was called ABC Taiso. It has some good vocals. Alright, and then the My Hero Season 5 Part 2 OP, Merry-Go-Round. So yeah, it was a solid OP. I didn't think it was one of the better My Hero OPs, but the quality was still there. And then the Fana Pirate Princess OP, Omito Shinju, also put as A tier. It's pretty good, pretty decent singing, but I don't think it's for everyone. And then Slime Season 2 Part 2 OP, Like Flames. So yeah, this was also a pretty decent, slime isekai OP. And then for B tier, I got The Detective Is Already Dead OP, Koko de Ikiteru. The song was pretty okay, so I gotta leave it here. And then The Realist Hero OP, Hello Horizon. This one's also pretty good. Don't sleep on those isekai OPs. And then yeah, that's it for the list. I just thought like these were my most favorite. And then it's kind of like a tie for Dragon Maid, the Idaten, and Girlfriend as like the undisputed best OP this season. They're all three were like pretty good in their own way. Okay, and now let's do the best waifu tier list of the summer season. I'm a certified waifu checker, so my analysis is 100% accurate. Starting off with Toru from Dragon Maid. Definitely S tier. She really carried the anime. She's the heart of the show, and then she powered up this season really well. And now for Ilulu from Dragon Maid. I'll give her an A tier. She's definitely like a really strong, cool character. She has her own type of sad backstories, and she's funny, she likes to tease people, and those titties are out of control. Alright, and now for I Was Reincarnated as a Slime, the Demon Lords. So we see a bunch of new Demon Lords. There's Millum, there's this Valkyrie waifu, and then there's this Maid waifu. So yeah, they're all there. I'll put them all together in the A tier. Okay, and now for Siesta from The Detective Is Already Dead. So I really liked her, so I'll put her as S tier. Even though her anime was like very hot garbage, she was a pretty cute, solid waifu. Every time she was in an episode, like she automatically made it 100% more interesting. Okay, now we have John from Vanitas. Alright, she's pretty cute, very strong vampire waifu. She has some issues of her own, but it was fun to see her like run around being all cute. So I'll leave her as A tier. And now we also have Dominique from Vanitas. Well, she's pretty badass. I'll leave her as A tier for now. Okay, now we have Nagisa and Saki from Kanojo mo Kanojo. So I'll put both of them together into D tier. They can share that spot together like they're sharing Naoya together. Poor girls, but this anime was such a dumpster fire that they deserve to be in the D tier. Alright, and now Shinoaki. Very cute blue-haired girl. She's voiced by Paimon. Very strong character this anime. She supported the main character. She's like really cool and creative herself. So I'll put her as S tier. Alright, and now we have Licia from How a Realist Hero Rebuilt the Kingdom. So I'll leave her as B tier. Kind of standard isekai girl, but I guess she was like an interesting main girl for the protagonist. She liked to learn and liked to fight. We also have Aisha from the same anime, Realist Hero. So yeah, I'll also put her as B tier. Strong, dark skinned, tough, whatever you name it, she's there. Although her character wasn't very deep. None of the characters in the show were deep because they're all just part of the harem. So unfortunately, I'll leave them in B tier. And now we have Tomoe from Moonlit Fantasy. Definitely an A tier. Strong dragon waifu. And, she's funny, she's very charismatic, and she makes her presence known in the anime. And now we have Mizuho from Sonny Boy. So she's kind of like the cat lady. She has a bunch of cats, but she's like kind of depressing and sad and edgy. So I'll put her as B tier. We also have Nozomi from Sunny Boy as well. And she's like strong, cute, powerful, independent. She wants freedom. So I really liked her. I'll give her A tier. And now we have Jahy from Jahy Will Not Be Defeated. So I really didn't like Jahy. Like she's very funny, but obviously like they wrote her personality to be super annoying, super stubborn, and very stuck up. I love how she's climbing up from the bottom trying to restore her kingdom. She has goals, but she's also pretty annoying, so I'll leave her a C tier. And now we have Druge from Jahy Won't Be Defeated. So definitely an S tier. First of all, green's my favorite color. She's strong, successful. We don't know how she got so rich and got so powerful with all these magic stones, but she's doing it. And now we have Alice from The Duke of Death and His Maid. While she's very horny, she's like really about to risk her life, risk it all just to get with the Duke of Death. So she has like a cool kind of black goth dress. So yeah, I'll leave her as A tier. She's pretty good. And now we have Saltarine, Princess Sally from Peach Boy Riverside. Definitely an S tier. I really liked her. She's like the main character, like a whole party leader, and she like kind of brings everyone together. Really liked her design too. Big opai, blonde, a strong fighter, and she got the Peach Boy powers, so S tier for her. And now we have Fuka from the Aquatope on White Sand. She had a dream. I kind of felt bad for her, so we definitely must protect her. So we'll just put her in the must protect tier. And then same with Kukuru, who also belongs in this tier. They both have dreams, so they're both kind of similar characters. And now we have Utano Oniisan from Uramichi Oniisan. She got her own goals in life where she wants to get married. But unfortunately, her time is running out, so she's really trying to get married. B tier for her. And now we have General Pishalat from Idaten-tachi's Only No Peace. I'll put her as A tier because I really loved her design. Strong military waifu, and even though she's like an evil demon, she got brainwashed. And she also looked really cool in the ED, so all of those are pluses. A tier for her, even though she's kind of evil. Alright, and now we have Miku from the Ida-10 Deities Only No Peace. Going by her character design, it would be like an S tier, but going by her personality, she's super evil. She's super kind of untrustworthy, and she's like horny 24/7. So definitely don't put your dick in that. We'll create a new tier just for her. Okay, and now for the squad in the Goddess Storm Room. So yeah, what is there to say? This is a hentai. All these characters are nice, big tittied in their own way, so we gotta put them in A tier. And now we have Fena Houtman from Fena Pirate Princess. So she's a cool main character. We must protect her, first and foremost. And yeah, she's kind of like the party leader. Everyone's actually like trying to protect her and her party while she's going on her pirate adventures. And now we have Rika from Higurashi When They Cry. So I'll put her as A tier. Really strong protagonist. This was kind of a culmination, her long journey, her just dying all these times. Well, maybe she finally did it this season. And now we have Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia, season 5. Yeah, she's strong. Bro, that fight scene with her just like murdering everyone. And she got a new kind of eye patch design. Huge spoilers, by the way, but yeah, I really loved her in this season. Definitely an S tier for her. And now that we got all of those out of the way, we need a best girl. So, this cast of characters we had in this season, there's not really a strong best girl like contender. They're all pretty good in their own way. But I guess if I had to pick one, it's like kind of undisputedly Toru. Not for a lack of trying though. I really liked all the other characters. It's just that they got nothing really to beat out Toru. Okay, let's end it off with the tier list for the best shows this season. So I'm excited to go through with this. So for S tier, we definitely got Miss Kobayashi-san's Dragon Maid S and the Idaten Deities Only No Piece. Those two animes I really liked. They were really good, solid quality. So I have no problems recommending that to other people. Although the Idaten anime did have a lot of mature themes, so it's not for everyone. Okay, so for the case study of Vanitas, I'll put this as an A tier. It was really good, solid vampire anime. They had a bunch of cool characters, like a cool premise. It was like a decent standalone show, so definitely an A tier. And then Uramichi Oniisan, I'll also put this as A tier. It was really fun anime. They only had one joke, which was like, working sucks, but they ran with it a lot. But the anime as a whole was a pretty decent comedy. Alright, and now for Peach Boy Riverside. I really like this anime, so I'll give it an A. I know a lot of people hated the disjointed episode order, so here's the complete scientific way to watch this anime. Episode 4, Episode 1, 2, 7, 11, 12, 5, 6, 3, 8, 10, 9. Alright, I hope you wrote that down because that's definitely not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Also for A tier, we have Fena Pirate Princess. Definitely a solid Crunchyroll Adult Swim adaptation. Cool adventure-like story, classic kind of storytelling. And it's not finished, so I'm kind of excited to see how it'll unfold later. And now Higurashi When They Cry, Sotsu. Definitely an A tier. I really liked it, but I can see why it might have been like a slow season. The great Jahy-sama Won't Lose. Another A tier, just because classic reverse isekai comedy. There was nothing wrong about this anime, but I guess it was like a bit repetitive. Oh, and Druge is one of my favorite waifus this season. The Aquatope on White Sand. This is also an A tier, mainly because it was like a cool classic slice of life. So there's a lot of like cool scenery, symbolism, and laid back slice of life nature in this anime. And Magia Record Season 2. So this is the Madoka spin-off mobile game anime. This is the second season. I really liked it, so I'll put it as A tier, but it's definitely not for everyone. And now Girlfriend. I'll put this as B tier. It was trash, but like there was a lot of hype behind it. There was nothing wrong with what it did. Like, when you're watching this anime, you know what you signed up for, so you should not be surprised about anything. There was some funny jokes, but overall it was a bit kind of boring and generic. And now Remake Our Life. This is another harem type of anime. I didn't really like it that much, but it wasn't terrible. The waifus were cool, the storytelling was okay, and then it was like a decent power fantasy where it's like, oh, this guy can go back in time. So it's a pretty decent laid back type of anime, but I didn't really like the main character at all, so I'll just leave it at B tier. And now the Scarlet Nexus anime. I thought this anime was okay, although like there's kind of no reason to watch this unless like you played the game and are interested in the game. It reminds me of like the Persona animes where like the anime is actually like kind of cool, but if you don't know anything about the story, you'll be lost. So yeah, I played the game. It's pretty decent. And like there's one thing in this anime where there's actually Easter eggs in every episode where there's like a hidden code hidden like behind a poster somewhere. And then you just like enter it for like free in-game outfits and loot. Alright, and now battle game in 5 seconds. So yeah, this is kind of like a battle royal type of anime. Dudes just fighting each other for survival. Like the concept doesn't really matter. These animes are kind of a dime a dozen. And you can also watch Squid Games instead because it's like basically the hotter version of this. But yeah, just like the main character is kind of like a gamer, and then he kind of gets killed and teleported into the battle royal like other dimension with all these other random people, and yeah, they start fighting. And I think his superpower is whatever people think his power is. So it's kind of like a random cool spin-off, I guess. Alright, and now for the honor student at Magic High School. Yeah, definitely a D tier. And it's kind of like a retelling of the last season, but like to replace the main character's point of view with like this other girl. Alright, and now Sonny Boy. This is definitely a weird anime. I don't know where to put it. Like it's definitely an A tier kind of, but after watching the whole thing, I gotta make a new tier for this. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck this tier is, but this anime is mysterious, so I'll put it there. Oh, also for the detective is already dead. Yeah, I also have no idea what this anime was doing. It's very bad. I guess it had some promise. The first episode was really good, and after that, just the story went all over the place. And kind of like the dialogue, comedy, the waifus, nothing was good. It had some promise though, so I'll also put it in the same tier as Sunny Boy. Like the I don't know what the fuck this is tier. Maybe if you're feeling dangerous and want to take a risk, maybe watch one of these animes. Alright, and now the isekai tier. Because we have literally so many isekais. Let me put them all in the isekai tier. So there's some good ones. We got Slime Season 2. Also, Moonlit Fantasy. This was one of the better isekais this season. I actually really liked it. Like, it has some good comedy, parody, Konosuba vibes. It also did a bunch of generic stuff, but it did it pretty well. So, yeah, I really like Moonlit Fantasy out of all the other isekais. We also have how the realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. So this one's like very generic, but it's not too bad. Like the main character has like this whole harem with him, and then he's like, oh, he's so smart, even though he's not really. He's just like does one or two like business things, and now like people think he's a genius and they follow him. So yeah, I guess it gets points for being like a less conventional type of isekai. And now we have Otome Game X, or season 2 of like the Doom Flags anime. So yeah, the main character Katarina, like her harem still like going strong. I guess things get more spicy. She gets kissed a few times. Also, we have Spirit Chronicles. This anime is super garbage. Only watch it if you like really want another Sword Art Online type of show to watch, because that's kind of what this is. Now for making a drugstore in another world. So there's a dude that got isekai'd because he's like a corporate slave, and then he has like magic pharmacy knowledge. So he just makes a drugstore, and he also has like this animal waifu with him. And I guess they do things, go across the isekai world, like solve problems, have a harem. And then there's Make You Black Company. I thought this was kind of interesting, but I wasn't really like fully invested in it. So he's kind of like trying to plan stuff to fight back against this company that he got isekai to. Also, we have I'm Standing on a Million Lives season 2, which I think this is kind of popular since it did get a season 2. So basically, him and his whole classroom, they get isekai'd, and now he has to like do things to survive. Okay, and now for some shows that I haven't watched, but they might be good. All right, so take that with a grain of salt. So we have Remain. But this is kind of like a decent sports anime, I guess. It's about a bunch of dudes doing water polo, but the main character, he was so good at water polo, but then he fell into a coma, and now he's like kind of like a beginner. So I guess that's why like there's a re in the title. He has to like start back water polo from the beginning. We also have the Duke of Death and his maid. So I heard a lot of good things about this anime. It has a bit of CGI that kind of turned me off, but apparently the story's pretty good. It's kind of like a cool romance story where like some dude, everyone he touches dies, but then there's this girl that actually like kind of gets close to him and intimate with him. Also, we have the Goddess Dormitory, which is straight up just hentai. So yeah, you belong in the hentai tier, bro. Oh yeah, and there's also the two core animes from last season, My Hero Season 5 Part 2, Tokyo Revengers, and To Your Eternity. It was a bit weaker than the previous arcs, but it was still decent. So I mean, I guess I'll just put them all in the B tier. I wonder when My Hero Season 6 will come out, because I know the hand dude is like really OP right now. And that's it for the summer 2021 season. Very strong slice of life vibes. There were a couple of action scenes, a couple of dumpster fires, some mysteries, and a ton of isekais. So yeah, if you're into that, that seems to be kind of a recurring theme. I'm down for more slice of life, action, comedies, isekais, whatever you got. I'ma watch it.